Have you noticed quiet, almost unexplainable changes in someone you love this past year? Maybe they've lost weight, grown weaker, or seem a little different, even though there's no clear reason why. Many people believe that death in old age happens suddenly. One day everything seems fine and the next it's over. But in reality, the body often begins sending out gentle signals months, sometimes even a full year, before life reaches its final stage. These signs are quiet, gradual, and easy to miss. Families often don't recognize them until much later, when they look back and realize that the clues were there all along. By then, it's often too late to prepare, too late to say the things that matter most, or to make those final memories count. That's why today, we are going to talk about 5 key signs that often appear about a year before an elderly person passes away. Some of these may be things you've already noticed but brushed off as just aging. Others may seem small or unimportant, but can actually reveal deeper changes happening inside the body. Recognizing these signs early can help you do something incredibly meaningful, provide comfort, strengthen emotional connection, and ensure that your loved one's final stage of life is filled with dignity, love, and peace. So let us walk through these 5 signs together, gently and clearly, to help you understand what might really be happening beneath the surface. Number 1. Noticeable weight loss, even when they're eating normally. One of the earliest and most telling changes you might see is unintentional weight loss. At first it might seem harmless. Maybe their clothes look a little looser, or they mention not being as hungry lately. You might think, well, that's just what happens when people get older. But the truth is, losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often indicates that the body is no longer absorbing nutrients properly, or that the digestive system is slowing down. Muscle tissue begins to break down, metabolism decreases, and the body's ability to rebuild itself weakens. In other words, it's not just about losing fat, it's about losing strength, immunity, and resilience. Sometimes the cause is simple. Food doesn't taste the same anymore. As people age, their senses of taste and smell dull, so eating just isn't as enjoyable. Other times, the body simply stops sending hunger signals. This isn't a matter of choice. It's the body's quiet way of saying, I don't need as much fuel anymore. In some cases, underlying illnesses like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease contribute to weight loss. But even without a major diagnosis, this gradual decline in appetite and weight can point to a deeper systemic shift. The body preparing for its final slowdown. If you notice steady, unexplained weight loss, it's important not to dismiss it. A gentle check-in with a doctor can help. But equally important is compassion, understanding that this is part of a larger journey. Number 2, persistent fatigue and weakness that doesn't go away. Another major sign that often appears in the last year of life is deep, unshakable exhaustion. This isn't the kind of tiredness that goes away with a good night's sleep. It's a profound fatigue, one that seeps into everything they do. Getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. Simple tasks like getting dressed or walking across the room suddenly require effort. This type of fatigue happens because the body is starting to conserve energy. Organs are slowing down, circulation is weaker, and muscles aren't receiving as much oxygen. As a result, everything feels harder. You may also notice your loved one sleeping more, sometimes 10, 12, even 16 hours a day. The body is redirecting its energy away from activity and toward preservation. On an emotional level, this kind of fatigue can lead to frustration or sadness. Many older adults, especially those who've always been independent, find it painful to accept that their body no longer cooperates the way it once did. They may withdraw from social activities, not because they don't care, but because they simply don't have the strength. If you see this happening, respond with patience. Instead of urging them to stay active, focus on helping them rest comfortably, offering gentle companionship, and preserving their dignity. Number 3, cognitive changes, confusion, forgetfulness, or emotional withdrawal. One of the most noticeable, and sometimes heartbreaking changes in the final year of life, involves the mind. You might see your loved one become forgetful, lose track of time, or seem confused in familiar places. Maybe they call you by another name or ask questions they've already asked before. These changes aren't just signs of memory loss, they're signs that the brain isn't getting as much oxygen and nutrients as it used to. The mind begins to slow down, just as the body does. At the same time, many people nearing the end of life begin to withdraw emotionally. They may talk less, spend more time in silence, or seem distant even when surrounded by family. This can be painful for loved ones to witness, but it's important to understand that this withdrawal isn't rejection. It's a natural part of the body's and mind's process of letting go. In these moments, what helps most is quiet presence. Sit with them, hold their hand, and let them know they're safe. Even if they don't respond, your presence offers comfort that words no longer can. Number 4. More frequent illness and slower healing. As the body nears the end of life, its immune system weakens significantly. You might notice that colds, infections, or minor illnesses linger much longer than before. Cuts take weeks to heal instead of days. A simple urinary tract infection or mild case of pneumonia might return repeatedly, even with treatment. This happens because the body's ability to repair itself is fading. Blood circulation is slower, white blood cells respond less effectively, and energy that once went toward healing is now being conserved. Sometimes families try to fight every infection aggressively, believing that doing so will extend life. But often this only leads to more discomfort. Recognizing when the body is truly declining can help shift the focus from curing to comforting, from trying to extend life at any cost, to ensuring that the time left is peaceful and pain-free. Hospice and palliative care teams specialize in this kind of compassionate support, helping both the patient and the family find balance and relief during these final stages. Number 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. As the body approaches the end of life, breathing patterns often change. You might hear long pauses between breaths, shallow or irregular breathing, or a gentle gurgling sound caused by a fluid in the lungs. While this can be distressing to witness, these changes are often part of the body's natural slowing. Circulation also weakens. Hands, feet, and sometimes even the nose or lips may feel cold or appear slightly bluish. This happens because the body is redirecting blood flow to protect its vital organs. Shortness of breath can become common, even when the person is sitting still or speaking softly. They may prefer to sit upright to breathe more comfortably. The best thing to do in these moments isn't to panic, it's to focus on comfort care. That may include medication to ease breathing, oxygen support, or simply keeping them warm and calm. Soft lighting, gentle music, and reassurance can make an enormous difference. These moments are sacred. They signal that the body is finishing its work, and your role shifts from helping them fight to helping them rest. Final thoughts, turning awareness into compassion. Recognizing these 5 signs, noticeable weight loss, deep fatigue, cognitive confusion, frequent illness, and changes in breathing, can be difficult. They remind us that time is precious and that even the strongest bodies eventually slow down. But understanding these signs isn't about fearing death. It's about meeting it with compassion, clarity, and love. When you see them, don't respond with panic. Respond with presence. Spend more quiet moments together. Listen to stories, hold their hand, tell them what they mean to you. Because at the end of life, the greatest gift we can offer isn't a cure. It's connection. It's being there. It's helping someone we love leave this world surrounded by peace, comfort, and dignity. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe and share it. Your support means a lot. Thank you for being here.